Hey friend, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Enough of that. What's up, y'all? I am thinking about some things, and I have a question to ask. I have a huge question to ask because this is so important in today's society. How do you take care of your mental health? How do you take care of you? When life gets too hard, when you get stressed out, overwhelmed, when you feel like the world is on your shoulders, what do you do to cope? How do you handle yourself? How do you take care of yourself? If your first response, or if your immediate thought, or if your immediate remedy is to self medicate by drinking, smoking, a combination of both, taking hard drugs, doing pills, if that's your immediate remedy, we have a problem, because what you're doing is not medicating. What you're doing is destruction. What you're doing is adding on more layers of problems to the existing problems that you already have. Except this time, what could just be your anxiety or something small that you're battling mentally, now you're about to have health problems. Now you're about to have addiction problems. Now you're going to feel like these are the things that I need to self soothe during hard times, when in reality, you're just pacifying a long term problem temporarily. You feel me? Like when you smoke weed, when you drink, when you get to that point when you feel like you just need to do those things, do drugs, or whatever the case may be, something destructive. When you do that, it may feel good in the moment. Okay, like I've been there, I get it. Trust me. Like I used to, not even used to, I smoke, and I don't smoke as much as I used to, but I used to smoke like 3 or 4 blunts a day. Whenever I get stressed out or overwhelmed, the first thing I do is run and, roll up a blunt, go get some weed, see if someone can spot me some weed. Like I used to have it bad. Okay. I get it. I used to smoke, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like I said, in between those times when I'm stressed, when I'm irritated, when I'm out and about running the errand, just whenever. Okay, whenever. I just rolled up the blunt. And I was never a hard drinker, but at the same time, you can overindulge on wine. You can overindulge in pretty much anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's not healthy. At the end of the day, you're just pacifying a long term problem with temporary fixes. And it's never going to last. You might feel crappier once it all wears off. So, how do you take care of yourself? Do you love yourself enough to find things that truly bring you joy? That's the stuff you have to think about, because most people won't really tell you this. Most people, will probably self destruct with you. Like, oh, you got some weed? Yeah, I smoke with you. I'll do this with you. Next thing you know, y'all matching blunts. You rolled one, they rolled one. If your friend in the back seat rolled one, now it's just 3 blunts in rotation. Do you really need all that? Why do you need to be so high all the time? You know that when you are clear headed, when you are sober minded, you can hear God's voice so much easier. And it's not that you don't hear him, because I'm pretty sure you can hear that third voice, you just don't know that it's from God. And that confusion, that uncertainty comes from being under the influence. Again, I'm not judging. Trust me, I'm not judging, because I've been there. I've done it. I still do it sometimes to this day. But what I'm proud of with myself is that I've learned to find things that helps me mentally, spiritually, that feeds me in all those areas of my life that drugs cannot do. I'm telling you this because our mental health is so important, especially in the Black community. We deal with so much ish when it comes to racism, prejudice, police violence, unfairness in jobs and stuff like that. We deal with it all. So what I'm saying is to love yourself enough to find out who you really are. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're a creative. Maybe you like to write. Maybe you like to dance. Maybe you like to, I don't know, whatever it is that you like to do, find that in yourself. Find time to explore and get to know yourself without the drugs, without the self-destruction, without the need to gossip and belittle someone, without the need to be negative, because that's not helping your mental health. baby. And your mental health is so important. Like, I've been through so much ish, especially 2025. 2025 was probably the worst years of my life, but I've learned to also accept the fact that God woke me up last year to a lot of stuff that I was not privy to, or things that I actually did kind of know, but just didn't really see it firsthand until, it was just brought to my attention through random events that happened throughout my family. You know, I've been through so much ish with my family, with my baby daddy, dealing with my son, financial issues, business issues. Like, I've been through a lot. I've been through it all. And through God's grace, I have not lost my mind. You know how great that is? You know how much of a blessing that is? To feel completely isolated, alone, have no one to talk to feel like you just can't really trust anybody. That usually puts you in some type of mental state where you are angry, this, that, and the third. You just got all these problems. You need to seek therapy. By the grace of God, I have not lost my mind. That's not to say I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm not perfect at all. But one thing about me is that I learned how to take care of me despite having a child, despite not having support, despite feeling alone most of the time, not having a lot of people around me, like friends around me, to give me that support. Despite all that, laughter is also the best medicine. Okay? If you can't laugh at yourself, and not just laughing at people, if you can't laugh at yourself, then that's a problem, my friend. That is a problem, friend. Listen to me, okay? Listen. You gotta learn to find peace in the storm. And it's gonna take a lot of healing. It's gonna take a lot of reflection. It's gonna take a lot of just time with God to find peace within yourself. It's one thing to be at peace when everything is calm around you. When you get back around people who have wronged you, when you get around people who are still back in that space where you left them at years ago, if you start to act out in your old ways, are you really at peace? Learn to trust God, learn to pray, learn to journal, learn to read more, learn to dance. Find stuff that you like to do. Spend more time with you, because at the end of the day, you have to be in this body. You have to be in this temple. It's you walking around the earth, taking care of things, being a mom, being a friend, being a sister, brother, whatever, playing these different roles. When you have these different roles and responsibilities, you still have to take care of yourself. That's not selfish. That's not selfish at all. Especially if you're a parent. You have to be selfish. You have to have those days where you just take care of yourself. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Understand that you cannot pour from an empty cup, okay? Now, I'm not saying this to, like I said, I'm not perfect at all. I'm not preaching. I'm not trying to make it seem like I have all my shit together and all my eggs in the basket. Like, no, no, ain't shit sweet over here, okay? I go through it all the time. However, I know how to take care of my mental health. I'm going to end this by saying, like, you can find anything, okay? Anything that brings you joy, any hobbies you may have, any type of just something that takes you away from reality. Find it, find your peace, find yourself, find God, and know that you are not alone. I'm just speaking life, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.